WWE just aired Alexa Bliss's second therapy session, and Alexa responded to the negative fans herself. So we'll take a look at that. There's some new rumors for Brock and Roman, as well as Charlotte Flair and Mickie James. Let's start things off with Charlotte Flair and Mickie James' interaction. Mickie James is making a historic WWE appearance at this year's Royal Rumble match. It's historic because she's not even signed to WWE. She's a champion for a whole nother organization, yet she's still making a WWE appearance. So it's something that has a lot of hype around it and has fans discussing all these crossover, Forbidden Door, possible matchups. The fans have been talking about the matchup possibilities for a while, but now even the wrestlers are jumping into the discussion themselves. This whole interaction started when Mickie James responded to one of Charlotte's pictures with a tweet and said, "Hi, it's me." To which Charlotte replied by saying, "Bye, it's me. Wait in line." Charlotte also posted some emojis that said the queen was better than the cowgirl. So that's just one of the many Forbidden Door matches that have been teased over the last few weeks. We know about Mickie James' Royal Rumble appearance. There's a lot of buzz about the men's Royal Rumble match also seeing a big crossover appearance. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out, and if some of these stars could eventually come over and have some long feuds in WWE. So it looks like we'll most definitely see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But the part that everyone is unsure of at this moment is exactly what will be on the line in that main event matchup. It could be the WWE title, it could be the Universal title, it could be both titles. A lot of possibilities there. But the popular rumor and speculation is that Roman Reigns would be the one to drop his title before WrestleMania. So his match with Brock Lesnar would end up just being a WWE title match. The idea of Raw and Smackdown switching world titles is continuing to gain a lot of momentum. Everyone knows that the Universal title's original home was Raw, and the WWE title's home was on Smackdown, but they ended up switching titles back in early 2020, so could early 2022 be another switch of the titles? Seth Rollins comes back to Raw as Universal Champion. Brock Lesnar takes the WWE title to SmackDown. Then from there, maybe Brock Lesnar mocks Roman for losing the title, and Brock now refers to SmackDown as his show since he still has a title, and that basically becomes the foundation of their WrestleMania story. New reports claim that a title versus title match at WrestleMania is highly unlikely and has never been WWE's plan, and if that's true, it's definitely a bit unfortunate. A lot of people are burnt out on the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. But a title versus title match would have been something so intriguing and interesting that those fans that are even tired of the feud would still have to be intrigued in some fashion. And not to mention that it would be a really great way to hype up the match. Roman's 500-day title reign and undefeated streak on the line against Brock Lesnar and his WWE title reign undefeated streak. Two men that can't be stopped, but obviously someone would be losing their world title in that match, and someone would be walking out as a double champion. But it seems like their plan may be for Roman to lose the title, then face Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. Reports claim that Roman would most likely be the favorite in that match to win the WWE title, since he'll obviously be sticking around every week, and Brock Lesnar won't. So, if Roman loses before WrestleMania, it doesn't really destroy his mystique. He's still Roman Reigns. But it feels like it does take away from a potential title versus title, undefeated versus undefeated match with Brock Lesnar. Roman hasn't been pinned since returning. Brock Lesnar hasn't been pinned since returning. So that's something else that would make this title versus title match even more deeper. So many stakes and so much on the line if the match was to go down in that fashion. So Royal Rumble should give us a clearer picture about WWE's plans for Brock and Roman at Mania. If Roman loses the title, looks like we're locked in for that WWE title match with Brock. If Roman retains, then the possibility of the title versus title match lives on for a bit longer. Now let's get into Alexa Bliss's journey back to Raw. As expected, this week's Raw featured episode 2 of Alexa Bliss's therapy sessions. It starts off with the both of them sitting in their chairs. Alexa's facial expressions tell the whole story. She definitely knows what she did last week was wrong, so there was some awkwardness in the room. The therapist says he will continue to see Alexa as a patient, but that those outbursts can't happen anymore. He promises her that by the end of these sessions, she'll be well on her road to recovery. The exercise they did this week was word association. He asked Alexa about how she felt about the word trust, friend, home, and doll, to which Alexa all responded by saying Lilly. The therapist then said the word imaginary, trying to trick Alexa into saying Lilly was imaginary, but she didn't take the bait. Instead, she stands up and stares the therapist down. He says they're out of time and runs out of the room. Alexa sits back down and tries to regain her composure, and it fades to black. So a little bit shorter run on this episode. It was just around 1 minute 45 seconds compared to last week's episode that was well over 3 minutes. So in this one, not really much to dissect. It was only a minute-long segment, but it did let us know that Lilly was and still is everything to Alexa Bliss. Alexa said that Lilly was the first thing to come to her mind for some of those big words like trust, home, and friend. So it definitely looks like the therapy sessions haven't addressed the Lilly issue quite yet. Lilly is still a trigger for Alexa Bliss, and if you say anything negative about her, such as the therapist implying that Lilly was imaginary, Alexa will get very upset with you. Alexa's character is still heavily emphasizing Lilly. That has to have a deeper meaning. It was a popular fan theory the second Alexa was written off, but the Lilly doll was destroyed. But whatever haunted that doll, the evil spirit or whatever it may be, is still out there. If that spirit does still exist and does still have deep connection with Alexa Bliss, why doesn't the Lilly spirit use Alexa's body as its next host? That's an interesting thought right there. Lilly was using the doll's body as a host this whole time. But with the doll no longer being available, why not just possess Alexa? So if Lilly continues to be highlighted like this throughout the sessions, that's probably a sign that she's coming back in a different fashion. So the segment itself was short, sweet, and just brilliant character work by Alexa Bliss. But there's a group of fans out there that already threw in the towel on these therapy sessions and were bad-mouthing it. Alexa took to Twitter to respond to those fans and said, quote, "Sometimes you need to be patient and see how things play out," end quote. And that's very true. Have to give it time to see how it unfolds because clearly there seems to be a plan here. It's easy to lose hope in WWE because we've seen them start a big story up and basically give up on it right away, time and time again, so yes, it could be a bit difficult to trust WWE in storytelling department, but when it comes to Alexa Bliss, she's a top WWE superstar, top character, top merchandise seller, so you just have to assume that they're taking this seriously and that there is a story set in place for her, or at least we really hope so. So we'll have to see how these therapy sessions continue to unfold here in the coming weeks. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.